Hello Minecrafters! So I've been working on this fully automatic record studio, and it is quite flawed, this version. It actually needs a complete redesign, but I thought I'd show it off anyways. So that's one of the problems. The sorting isn't working that well since beta 1.3, but it still works good enough to produce some records. So it's fully automatic. You just stand here and turn it on, and it does the rest. It's based around timers, mine carts, and various kind of water flow item cart separation tricks and stuff I've come up with. I mean, that's been the main thing about this, is I've learned a lot about mob and item separation and delivery and that kind of thing. Some stuff I haven't seen before, probably because it's only really useful in this type of application. So I'll just stand here for a minute and go over the main points while it makes some records until it clogs up, and then I'll go over and just fly around and show you some of the main bits. So what's about to happen now? The creeper has been softened up, and that's it. I've got a record, and in theory that should keep on happening as long as there's a creeper and a skeleton available. So that's one of the things I need to add to this, is kind of securities to make sure there is both a creeper and a skeleton ready, so that you don't get any wasted mobs. I mean, I could just load one skeleton into the back, but I kind of like the idea of circulating everything. Originally, I was thinking more of a fairground, you know, where you have the targets moving left and right, and what's it called, a shooting gallery, I think. And I thought that would be pretty cool. But the logistics are just a nightmare, because you have to build everything kind of higher than you, so the items all flow towards you, etc. So this thing here is ethoslabs, a minecart gate which uses a boat, and I've just hooked it up to a timer so you can see everything burns off except for the creepers. They fall through, the items also fall through. The items then head out of the creeper holding room and flow towards me. So yeah, it's fairly complicated. It uses, as I say, mine carts, lots of, well, a fair amount of redstone. You need certain delays. You do need the new repeater blocks, because they're quite useful for getting your timing just right. It uses a 10-minute timer, which has two dispensers hooked up to a T flip-flop, so every 10 minutes it turns on, and 10 minutes later it turns off, so night and day. But what happens is, after a while, the cart gets stuck on one of the skeleton's arrows, and I just don't have room to make the space in this design, so I'm gonna have to rebuild it. But even if they die, you still should get their items. I mean, that is another flaw here, is there's a couple spaces where if the items fly off to the side, you lose them, but I had to take the blocks out because they were getting too many arrows stuck in them. Yeah, so I think I'll just get one more record and then fly around and show you how this works. So even though that cart was on another one, I still got a record. Yeah, so that's it. Okay, I'll show you how it works now. Okay, so the only way I can really show you this is to fly. So I'll do that. So what happens is the mobs come up here into this holding room, which is oversized, but I don't know, I just kind of like it that way. They come through this spider separator, which is just 2 vertical columns. So if a spider kind of goes sideways, he still gets forced up. And really this thing only needs to be this high. It doesn't need to come up 2 more blocks, because the mobs can take damage as they fall. So I will change that in the next version. So currently the spiders just chill out here, and yeah, but they can go off to be grinded or whatever. So anyways, the mobs, they work their way through this kind of circuit here. They come down here, across here, up here, into this, well, what should be a regulator, but I just have it set up as a holding tank. Then they come through the skeleton separators. Now originally I had 3 of these, 1, 2, and 1 here, which has been dismantled. And they were kind of 2-stage, so this was the first stage, and this would feed into here, and if they went off on the wrong side it would feed back into this one, etc. And it worked really good for 1.2. But then ethoslabs came up with his all tall mob sorter, which worked for a day and broke, so that was pretty cool. I hope he gets it working again. Yeah, so the mobs, they come down here, and creepers and zombies are supposed to come into here, and the skeletons go down there, up here, and over into this holding area. So the first interesting bit is the burn gate. This is the part of the timing for it. You can see there's 2 dispensers, and they they send a block to each one, or one sends it to the other. And so every 10 minutes this one creates a signal, which is sent to this T flip-flop, which controls the burn gate. So every 10 minutes this switches from on to off, so day and night. So this is kind of the brains of the operation back here. So yeah, I've kind of spread everything out a bit. It could be reduced a lot more. But what this is over here is the burn gate timer. So the way that works is it's a minecart timer. So the minecart goes through here. It takes, I don't know how many seconds. It goes round, triggers this plate. And if the 10-minute timer is also on, that triggers this system here, and you'll see how that works. So the delay is coming down here to the minecart gate, and that's just timed so that the mobs get through here as the boat is getting back in place. So you see it goes around, then it blocks everything, and so all the items, they fall down here into the creeper holding room. And you can see in the corner I have more water. So in this corner block it's just water. This is a source block just below it, and the one below that is also a source block. So what happens if any items come in here, or any mobs die in here, the items go down this corner, fall down, and are delivered to the collection point. But any mobs that get here, they swim, they don't get sucked down. So it works pretty well. And yeah, so if you're having that problem, that is a way of getting your items and keeping the mobs there at the same time. But it does have to be above you. So I have another cart timer. This is just to spread everything out. Originally I had this 1 block less, but it would just get clogged too quickly. And what happens is the cart comes over here, picks up a creeper. Or if he doesn't pick up a creeper, it just goes back around. I have an excessive amount of boosters just to make sure everything works nicely. But if it does work, he gets picked up over this pressure plate, which triggers this track and sends him into the dispenser area, the 4-shot, as I call it. And it also triggers this redstone. So what happens is the signal comes over here. It comes over here to, this is a PES dispenser of some sorts. There's much better design, so I won't show you that. But basically it, you know, restocks the carts whenever one is sent into the 4-shot. These are some delays. These are more delays. And I can't remember how it works, but one of them is sent to this PES, which picks up a creeper and sends him, or a skeleton from here, and sends him down to kill the creeper at just the right time. And the other bit is the 4-shot, which is controlled mainly with this clock. I don't know, I think it's like a 5 clock or something. And this AND gate. So the signal comes around here. Oh yeah, it's split, I think. Is it? I don't even remember how it works, but oh yeah, it's split here. So one signal, it takes a long time to come around to this RS NOR latch, and the other one comes around much quicker. So it turns it on, the signal comes over here, and it turns it back off. And during that time, this clock is on. So maybe I can just show you that. So when you hit this plate, you can see it's on. Right. Anyway, it's pretty complicated. So the last thing is this skeleton grinder, which is a cart grinder. So he gets boosted up here, smashed into this whatever it is, dirt, and killed. And what happens here is, to keep the cart separate, you see there's an empty space with a ladder, and the cart actually flows over here and the items drop down. And I'll just show you the original version of this I had. Oh, you'll see it work anyways. Perfect. So I'll just chuck some items in there. Just chuck some feathers in. See, they fall down, but the cart keeps on going. And yeah, so this is like something I came up with as well. I called the drop booster, because the cart will fall down, the items would also fall down. Say for example these blocks, and not those ones. Just chuck some glass in there. And this is my favorite booster, because you'll see it get going. It's just awesome. So the items drop down that hole. It's got a ladder in it as well to keep the cart from going down. It takes ages, but back into the PES. So that's it. This video is probably far too long, so yeah. Hopefully I'll be able to show you a much better version at some point. But if you like building big pointless crap, then this is something good for you, good to build, and you'll probably learn a lot doing it. I mean, this thing is missing a lot of safeties and securities and all that, but yeah, it's still pretty cool. Okay.